hope you're enjoying your Thursday. The newest article on Hard News Network concerning John Mattis and his connection to Cenk Uygur is up on the Hard News Network. I'm going to put the links in the comments, not in the description, in the comments. Okay, so if you know how to scroll down on this page, it's in the comments section. And just to refresh your memory, John Mattis smeared some Bernie Sanders supporters in 2017 as some Russian bots that infiltrated his Facebook group. He claimed it was his Facebook group. It was a lie. He got onto Rachel Maddow's show, basically, or his research was used in it. He personally appeared on Ari Melber's show. He was featured by the Huffington Post. This is a hoax story. We need you to help expose it and expose the people that have kept him in the business, including Cenk Uygur, who, by the way, has never, ever tried to refute this smear against Bernie Sanders supporters, and I'm not one. So if you care about electoral integrity, please look at it. I also want you to like this video and share the video, and let's get going. British politics. You have Tommy Robinson and Sargon of Akkad and Count Dankula are all running, and I actually, sorry, but I don't have Count Dankula's information where he's running, but I believe it's somewhere. I don't even remember what part of Scotland he's from. It was a Dundee or whatever. So, you know, if you're in any of those constituencies, especially Count Dankula's, because in Scotland, the Brexit party probably is not going to be doing very well anyway. But you should vote in those regions for those people. So to make it clear, Tommy Robinson is, or sorry, I don't want to be censored. So his name is Robbie Thompson. Is going to be running in the Northwest region where Luton is, and he's basically going to be running as an independent. So here's the way I see this election. You have, of course, Nigel Farage. For many years, I've followed him since well before I got really involved in anything political, and I'm really not a political activist. I don't belong to any organizations, not here. I belong to one organization that's not necessarily, it isn't involved in politics, but I have one membership. I don't even talk about it on air. But yeah, I do support certain candidates. I support candidates because they're individuals. So Nigel Farage was somebody that I told people was the best leader, in my opinion, over the years to represent the sovereignty and rights of the British and get them out of the European Union. And lo and behold, the European Union has become shooken, and there's been an earthquake, and the guy, what's his name? Not Jean-Claude Juncker, but Guy Verhofstadt, one of the EU's negotiators, actually said that if they don't take more powers away from the constituent countries, they're going to have, I believe he said 100 Nigel Farages, and Nigel Farage in every country. So the EU has definitely been afraid of Nigel Farage, but unfortunately, Nigel Farage gave up after Brexit. He gave up his leadership of the UK Independence Party, and then when all of these idiots took over in his stead, there was a guy, Paul Nuttall. Before him, there was another person. There were I think 3 people until finally you now have Gerard Batten. So he let the party drift away and fall apart, and people fight each other. And to be honest with you, a lot of the people that were involved in the party under Farage were kind of incompetent retards. And, you know, he was really the only thing that kept that party together. And then once somebody else had come who was really trying to change the party and get it to talk a little bit more about some of the other issues in the UK besides Brexit, including the rape gangs and things like that, and that is Gerard Batten, he threw a fit and left the party. Also because he was about to let in people that, according to the UK Independence Party, UKIP's charter, I believe they're excluded from membership. So he wanted to change the charter so that people who had at one point been members of the English Defence League could enter, and that would have been in order to let Robbie Thompson, as we're calling him in this video, get into the party. And no other party has that rule. So technically, if Robbie Thompson wanted to join the Scottish Nationalist Party or Plaid Cymru, which is the Welsh party, he could do it, I think. I don't know if you have to be a resident of Scotland or Wales to do that. He could join Sinn Féin, I believe. He could join the Green Party, the Communist Party. He could join the Labour Party. He could join any of these parties. Would be unless they expelled him, he would be able to join them. Because none of them have it in their charter besides UKIP, or that he can't join. So Gerard Batten, I think, has done a decent job as UKIP chair, and I think this is what I'm thinking. I know a lot of British voters, and I only have 1 or 2 British subscribers, but I am talking directly to you guys now if you're going to see this video. But the conflict is like this, okay? So in other constituencies besides the ones that I'm talking about, it might be good for you to vote for the new Brexit party led by Nigel Farage. Why? Because I think that long term, the Brexit party has a chance to literally threaten the Conservatives with losses in certain constituencies and become a real alternative for people who are, right of center or generally just against the European Union. It has ideological diversity. It has the people who are willing to really put their professional careers on the line in order to change Europe, change the UK and bring it out of Europe. And that is important. And I myself, I can't tell you, I'm also frustrated with Nigel Farage, as probably some of you are. I would have said that once he gave up the party, he has no right to complain about the people who came after him, and he should have just worked to help UKIP get stronger. But instead, he's built another party, and let's put this on the table. The Brexit party, as of right now, is likely to win the largest vote share in the election and probably get the largest number of members of the European Parliament. Now, the last time that there was an apportionment, you had 8 members from London, 6 from Southwest England, 10 from Southeast England, 7 from East, 7 from the West Midlands, 5 from the East Midlands, 8 in Northwest England, 3 in Northeast England, 6 in Yorkshire and the Humber, and then 4 in Wales, 6 in Scotland, and 3 in Northern Ireland. That's a total of 73. So if you're in Scotland, I would suggest this. Vote for UKIP and vote for Mark Meechan, who is Count Dankula. If you're in Wales, I would suggest you vote for either the Brexit Party or UKIP. In fact, you might as well vote for the Brexit Party. I think that they're going to do very well in Wales. Although I know I know that Neil Hamilton is from Wales, and UKIP has a very strong election. They have a very strong presence in Wales. So yeah, maybe do a coin flip or something. Northern Ireland, I'm not sure. If you're in Yorkshire, you should probably vote for the Brexit Party. Okay? And this is just my idea of strategy. If you have a personal reason why you would say, hey, forget it, I'm voting for Brexit Party no matter what, or UKIP no matter what, that's your choice. I don't tell people how to vote here in the U.S. So don't just take this to be me bossing you around. If you're in the northeast of England, I would say vote for the Brexit Party. If you're in the northwest of England, vote for Tommy Robinson. That's where he's running. Or sorry, Robbie Thompson. Sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, but yeah, vote for Robbie Thompson. If you're in the East Midlands, vote for the Brexit Party. West Midlands, same thing. East of England, Brexit Party. Southeast England, I believe, yeah, also the Brexit Party. Southwest England, vote for UKIP. UKIP is where, so Southeast England is where Carl Benjamin, who's also known as Sargon of Akkad, is running. And what's the last one here? You have London. Yeah, I would say vote for the Brexit Party. Or, flip a coin. There's a lot of, look, either way, the more members of those two parties and Robbie Thompson, who has to run as an independent, the more members of those parties that can get into the parliament, into the EU Parliament, the better. And I'll explain why it's important for all three of them to get in and what the considerations are. The Brexit Party, like I said, is very important because long term it will probably be able to threaten the conservative Remainers in parts of England during the general election. Nigel Farage he's still a leader, and I think eventually it could be that he will have to accept some of the people that he basically pushed out under the under his break from UKIP, which was again a huge mistake, which is part of a series of mistakes he's made since the Brexit referendum. Okay, I will say that I am a fan of his show, but I'm also a fan of the shows of Carl Benjamin and also of Robbie Thompson. Count Dankula, I don't really watch as much, but I've seen some of his comedy is pretty funny. He really is as edgy of a comedian as he is, and that's where we get to the importance of those people being elected. If you can get 3 YouTubers elected to the European Parliament, that would be a huge middle finger to the censorship authorities, and they would be able to. The thing is, how can they censor them then? If they're in the European Parliament and they get allotted time to speak, and they can basically harangue the EU leadership from the Parliament itself. And don't forget, this is just England. The rest of the continent, I'm not really going to be doing too many videos on. But for example, in France, it's already known that Marine Le Pen's party, which is a nationalist party, is likely to sweep the EU elections. In Spain, you're seeing a huge growth of nationalist, sovereigntist parties. In Italy, the Lega party, which is led by Matteo Salvini, who is the deputy prime minister there, they're supposed to really throttle the rest of the competition. And the next party in line behind them is the Five Star Movement, which is led by Luigi Maio. And they're a little more of a pro-freedom party, but a little more directed to the left. I'd say that they're what you could call left libertarian, even though I kind of look at that concept as a bit cartoonish and retarded. But you're going to see a very strong anti-central planning element getting elected to the EU, and a breakup of the parties that are generally for more censorship and all that. Look at all these Eastern European countries. Do you think that they're going to elect pro-EU people? You're going to see Hungary. You're going to see, Romania. You're going to see Slovakia, Czech Republic. They're all going to be electing a lot of people who are going to be rebelling against the EU's mandates. And by the way, I mean, you could see the same thing in some of the more, solid EU countries such as Germany and Holland. So that's about it. Again, I want to remind you, in England, if you're living there, I don't know where you guys live, but if you're in Scotland, for sure, vote for UKIP. If you're in Wales, I would say vote for either UKIP or Brexit. If you're in Yorkshire, Brexit. If you're in Northeast England, Brexit. Northwest England, UKIP. East Midlands, Brexit. West Midlands, Brexit. East of England, Brexit. Southeast England, Brexit. Southwest England, UKIP, and then London, it's a toss-up either way. That's about it. Talk to you guys later, and have a great day.